Babaji, um, I believe that you know me more than I know myself. And I don't know what I'm going through. So I need your help to understand and deal with it. I seem to be driven by fear. And for that, I keep trying very hard to ensure that what I'm fearing doesn't happen. But I don't think I achieve much. And then what happens is that I have this feeling of helplessness, too much fatigue, and now I'm at a state where I feel I want to do nothing. I mean, I was a very driven person, but suddenly I am at a state where I really want to do nothing.
Well, that's also an art which very few people know how to do nothing. Because if you see our lives, we are always doing something, we are constantly thinking of something and messing up our lives. So, meditation is also the art of doing nothing. So, and beta, we all have a certain fear, each one of us. You know, even the fear of offending somebody you love is a fear. But we need to sort of go beyond all this. On a practical level, you'll always be scared in one way or the other. But on one side, we say that everything happens with the Lord's will. The other side, we are making our choices. We are trying to change everybody and everything around us. So it's a contradiction. So one has to learn to accept. You can't change other people. You can't change your destiny. You can change yourself. So let's focus on that. Whatever you focus on in life, most of us are too much focused on the problems of life. And that's why the problems are becoming bigger and bigger. Let's focus on the solutions. You focus on the solutions, you'll get a solution. But if you focus on the problem, it'll only get more complicated.
Radha Swami Babaji. Babaji, sometimes there are certain disputes that happen in your life because of reasons like money, property, business, which affects your relationships with your siblings and sometimes your family.
It's not worth it. Never let money come in between your relationships. Not worth it. Beta, what is the most important thing in your life is peace of mind and happiness, beta. Most of us, we run after these things, thinking that with lots of money I can get happiness, with relationships I can get happiness or peace of mind, with position. These are means, they are not the end. The end is always peace of mind and happiness. Nothing in this world is worth that peace of mind and happiness. So always keep that as the objective, that you want peace of mind and happiness. Everything else is secondary.
Thank you, Babaji. Naam Dandi Bakshish.
Radha Swami Babaji, this time you took so long to come here. Please don't take that long to come. We really miss you.
Shouldn't I be saying that to all of you?
Well, I really missed you, so that's why I'm here. Seems like I'm complaining.
No, beta, I mean, again, the physical is only a means, it is not the end. The end is within you.
Yes.
So, if we go within, we can have darshan every day. Now, if we are going to create a dependency on the physical, then it's time for the physical to be removed.
I only see darkness. I try my best, but I don't see.
You know, there's a very interesting, I mean, in the Bible, Christ says, in the Last Supper, he tells his apostles that it's time for me to go. And they all say, what are we going to do without you, and what will happen to us, and all that. He says, as long as I am with you, you are dependent upon my physical. He says, when I am not here, then you will turn towards the Comforter. And the Comforter is the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, Shabbat. He said, and then the Comforter will bring on to you my teachings. And that's what we are doing, sister. You know, we are becoming too dependent upon the physical. What is the physical? When we call somebody the master, is it because of the body or is it because of the teachings?
It's because of the teachings.
Then let's focus on the teachings, na?
Yes.
The physical is transient. It'll come and go. It is the teachings that are eternal. Aren't we seeking the truth?
Yes.
So it is the teachings that won't change. The physical will change.
So how do I change this whole thing? How
Our
do
meditation.
Well, I'm doing your work. I'm doing Maharaji's work too.
Let's keep on doing it.
Sure, I will do that. Thank you so much.
Babaji, thank you very much. And thank you very much for uploading all the question and answer in YouTube. And we have learned so much that sometimes I feel, that we get a new perspective of Sant-Mat than what we understood before,
You know, beta, these
Yeah.
all our religious scriptures, the teachings and all, they were never meant to just give us one message. You know, it's like when you are young, you read a book, and then when you grow up, you read that book again, you get a different message.
Okay.
As you, a few years afterwards, you read that book again, you'll get a totally different perspective. So similarly, beta, it depends upon your level of maturity and your understanding. You know, so it was never to just give you one point of view. It was to whet the appetite and to make you think for yourself.
Okay.
They never came to give you the answer for everything and say, okay, this is it.
Okay.
The scriptures are to help you to think, to give you a different perspective of life, and to create your own goal for yourself.
I was thinking that probably there are different answers in a different age. You're giving probably depends on the situation on that moment, due to the weakness of the people of that moment, that we feel sometimes Babaji has upgraded.
Beta, teachings don't change. The truth cannot change, beta.
Yeah.
But depending upon the circumstances, the need of a teacher is that he applies the teachings to that particular time. He will stress, in good old days, the weaknesses and strengths were different. Today, the weaknesses and strengths are different. So the stress and what is put forward could be a little different, but the teachings don't change.
And sometimes when listening to question and answer more than the answers, it creates more question. And one of the question I was thinking is regarding ambitions. You have explained so many times that there is no harm in having ambitions. But is it really possible? I mean to say, if we are working and we are doing our business and we are thinking of expanding our business, and at the same time in meditation we have to get a focus. And I think so, I read somewhere or I heard somewhere that Guru Nanak has said that it is not possible to accumulate wealth without accumulating sins. Is it really contradictory or a trade-off between spirituality and work?
Beta, money is not bad. How you get that money or what money makes you do makes it good and bad.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't exist without money, can you?
No, can't.
So that same money can be used to do good things, and that same money can lead you towards indulgences. So it is your mind. If it is weak, it can take you towards the negative side. Mind is strong, that same money you can do so much good stuff. So we put everything into slots.
Yeah.
What too much money makes you do? That's the problem. We get overconfident, we start indulging ourselves, we become arrogant.
So it's always possible to get success in both ways. I mean, success in a materialistic world. So to say you've got much money, at the same time success in spirituality.
As long as money is a tool in your hands, you don't have a problem. The moment you let money dictate terms and conditions to you, that is a problem.
Radha Swami Babaji, may we have the grace of you to be everywhere in the world, because whatever is happening with Ukraine, Russia, affecting Singapore, India, so many other things. So I just ask...
Sister, tell me, do you think that any time of this creation there wasn't war?
Yes, there always has been. Yeah.
As long as there are human beings, there's going to be jealousy, there's going to be leg pulling, there's going to be everything. If we go by the Christian concept, the first two brothers also fought. Cain and Abel. One killed the other. And there was nobody else around. Okay?
Okay,
So,
yeah.
again, we are looking at perfection. There's going to be no perfection. So don't even think about it. But each one of us has to protect himself. We have to strengthen ourselves that no matter what happens, we don't get affected by that.
Okay.
Wars will be there, famines will be there, illness will be there, everything goes on.
Yeah.
If the Lord wanted to change it, so many mystics have come. We've attributed so many miracles to them. If they had wanted to change it, they would have changed it by now. If they haven't changed it, it's because they said, Thy will be done.
राधा स्वामी बाबा जी, मैं काफ़ी टाइम से आपके सत्संग सुनती हूँ घर पे, मासियों से, मम्मी से आपकी बातें, आपकी टीचिंग्स वो शेयर करते हैं. सो आई हैव ऑलवेज फेल्ट अ कनेक्शन टूवर्ड्स यू एंड एट द सेम टाइम आई सेलिब्रेट गणेश चतुर्थी विद इक्वल एंथुजियाज्म. मैंने देखा है उन्होंने नामदान लिया है, वो जोत नहीं जगाते. सो माई क्वेश्चन टू यू इज़ कि मुझे कब पता चलेगा कि मेरा रियल कनेक्शन क्या है, मैं नामदान के लिए रेडी हूँ नहीं हूँ. प्लीज़ एडवाइस.
बेटा, स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज अ पर्सनल जर्नी. और ये कहना कि मालिक की भक्ति करने के लिए सिर्फ एक ही रास्ता है, ये गलत होगा बेटा. रास्ता चाहे आप जो मर्जी अपनाएं. ये चीज़ याद रखें कि हमने मालिक का शुक्र करना है और उसके साथ रिश्ता जोड़ना है. अब आप कैसे जोड़ती हैं? जहाँ आपका कंफर्ट लेवल होगा तभी तो निभा पाएंगी. जिस चीज़ के साथ कंफर्ट लेवल नहीं, थोड़ी देर के लिए हम दुनियादारी के लिए कर लेंगे मगर निभा नहीं पाएंगे. सो बेटा, सोच समझ के आप कदम उठाएं. मकसद यही है कि बाहरमुखी साधनों से आगे बढ़ के हम वो सच्ची भक्ति करें जो अंतर्मुख होगी. और जैसे आपने ज्योत की बात की, बेटा ये चीज़ें सिंबॉलिक हैं. अब हमने ग्रंथों पोथियों में उस आवाज़ के बारे में पढ़ा, उस ज्योत के बारे में, प्रकाश के बारे में पढ़ा, तो अंदर जाने की ताकत नहीं रही. तो इसलिए हमने फिज़िकली घंटे बजाने शुरू कर दिए और ज्योतें जलानी शुरू कर दी. मगर जो सच्ची ज्योत है, अंतर ज्योत निरंतर बाणी साचे साहिब स्यों लिवलाई. ईसाई धर्म में भी आपने यही कहा था ना कि इफ ताइन आई बी सिंगल दाई होल बॉडी शैल बी फुल ऑफ लाइट. सो ये जो प्रकाश है ये सिंबॉलिक है. अंधेरे में आप देख नहीं सकते, दिखाई नहीं देता तो ठोकर लगेगी, गिरेंगे. प्रकाश में दिखाई देता है. इसका मतलब जागृत अवस्था. तो बाहर ज्योत जलाने के साथ क्या हमारे अंदर में प्रकाश आ जाएगा? सो दैट वाज मोर सिंबॉलिक. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड द रियल मीनिंग ऑफ ऑल दिस. तो जैसे बाइबल में कहा ना, इफ thine आई बी सिंगल, का मतलब है कि जब हम दोनों आँखों को बंद करके वो तीसरी आँख को खोलेंगे, हमें वो प्रकाश दिखाई देगा. तब हमारे जीवन में वो जागृत अवस्था आएगी कि हम सब चीज़ों को पहचान पाएँ, जिम्मेवारियाँ पूरी कर पाएँ और मालिक के साथ मिलाप हासिल कर सकें.
Radha Swami Babaji, my question is about being a good human being. I know we cannot please everyone, and I don't want to be a people pleaser, but yet I try a lot to follow all the teachings, all the ethics, and the moral principles. Yet people get offended, we have conflicts, people get sad, no matter how much effort I put. So, in today's world where I want to have a peaceful relationship with everybody, what's the definition of a good human being today then?
Beta, one who learns to share, again we are looking at the consequences. We are not focusing on the effort. constantly as human beings, we always want to see the results even before we put in our effort. Now, if you put in your effort, you do the right thing, eventually you will see that becomes your strength. Don't make love a weakness. Make love your strength. We make love, we say fall in love. Array, you're not supposed to fall in love, you're supposed to rise in love. Okay? So, we tend to make all these positive qualities into negative, into weaknesses. And we are so calculative when the results don't happen the way we want them to, we lose hope. Eventually you will. Initially there might be some hurdles, you can't change the world, everybody has their own perspective, their own viewpoint. But if you persist, you will be able to make your own foundation so strong that nothing what anybody says or does will make a difference. And that will become your strength, which helps you to carry.
Okay. I cannot emphasize enough how thankful and grateful I am to you. Please keep on showering your blessings on all of us. Thank you.
Huzur, thank you for everything. I have a question. So, spiritually and karmically, does a parent choose a child or does a child choose a parent?
None of them have a choice. What do you think? There's a book out there, parents go there and say, okay, I want this baby. Or the baby is going through the book and say, this one looks nice, he will be kind to me. This one is too strict. That way? It's his choice. We don't have any choices.
राधा स्वामी गुरु जी, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि हम दूध, दही, मक्खन व्रत में खाते हैं, भगवान को चढ़ाते हैं, चरणामृत या पंचामृत बनाते हैं, उसमें भी दही डालते हैं, लेकिन जब उस दही को हम माइक्रोस्कोप में देखते हैं, मैग्नीफाई करके, मिलियंस एंड मिलियंस ऑफ जीवाणु या बैक्टीरिया चलते हुए नज़र आते हैं और हमें वो अलाउड है खाने के लिए, तो क्या वो जो मिलियंस ऑफ जर्म्स नहीं कहूँगी, जीवाणु हम अपने अंदर डालते हैं, तो क्या उस दही को हम वेजिटेरियन कहेंगे? हमें अलाउड है? अगर हम प्योर वेजिटेरियन है तो क्या वो जीव हत्या नहीं है?
बहन जी, ऐसे है कि फिर तो हमें सांस भी लेना बंद कर देना चाहिए, क्योंकि इस वायुमंडल में जब भी सांस लेते हो तो इतने बैक्टीरिया, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स आप सांस में भी लेते हैं। अब सृष्टि में सब कुछ तत्वों के आधार पे चल रहा है। इंसान हैं जिसमें पांचों तत्व मौजूद हैं, फिर जो मैमल्स हैं उनमें 4 हैं, जो अंडे से जन्म लेते हैं उनमें 3 हैं, और वैसे 2 और 1। अंत में सब कर्मों का हिसाब किताब है। जीव के ऊपर निर्भर है, मगर कुछ ऐसे कर्म हैं जो अपने अच्छे चाल चलन से, सही सोच से आप उनका हिसाब किताब ख़त्म कर सकती हैं, मगर कुछ ऐसे कर्म हैं जिनके लिए, अब जैसे आपने किसी के बगीचे से कोई फूल खींच लिया, वो बुरी नज़र से देखेगा, आपने पत्थर उठाए, उसकी मुर्गी को मार दिया, वो बुरा भला कहेगा, उसके घोड़े को मार दिया, कोर्ट कचहरी में ले जाएगा और उसको मार दिया तो फांसी का फंदा आपके सामने है। अब हर वक्त आपने किसी न किसी चीज़ की हत्या की है, मगर सोसाइटी ने जो उसका बोझ समझा है वो अलग है, तो है तो जीव पे निर्भर। उसके बगैर मैंने बेनती की कि इस जो हम सांस भी ले रहे हैं इसमें भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स, बैक्टीरिया काफ़ी कुछ हैं, उनकी भी हत्या हो रही है।
लेकिन वो हम जानते नहीं ना, अननोइंगली, बिना जाने हुए सांस के साथ अंदर जाते हैं। लेकिन ये तो हमें पता है कि बैक्टीरियाज हैं और फिर भी हम खा
आप क्या
लेते हैं।
समझती हैं कि जो अपने पौधे हैं या सब्जियां हैं या फल फ्रूट है, इनमें नहीं है?
अब आपने कर्मों की बात की तो मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि एक इंसान मंदिरों में जाता है, गुरुद्वारों में जाता है, धर्म स्थानों पे जाता है, दिन रात व्रत रखता है, क्या वो बेहतर है साल्वेशन के लिए, मुक्ति पाने के लिए, या जो एक अच्छे कर्म करता है, गरीबों की मदद करता है, स्टूडेंट जो गरीब है उनको फीस देता है, या और हर तरह के दयालु काम करता है, धर्म के काम करता है? कौन सा बेहतर है कि वो रास्ता अपनाया जाए जिससे साल्वेशन मिले या मुक्ति मिले या भगवान को पा सकें, या बैलेंस रखें?
गोस्वामी जी तुलसीदास ने कहा था कर्म प्रधान, सब कुछ कर्मों के ऊपर निर्भर है। तीसरी पातशाही की वाणी है, पुण्य दान जप तप जेते सब ऊपर नाम, हर हर रसना जो जपे तिस पूर्ण काम। अब है तो कर्मों का हिसाब किताब, मगर सिर्फ अच्छे कर्म करेंगे अगला जन्म अच्छी अवस्था में मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, हमारी एक कहावत है, तपो राज राजो नरक। किसी ने बहुत पुण्य दान किया, बहुत अच्छे कर्म बन गए, अच्छे कर्म बने, अगला जन्म राजा महाराजा बन के आ गया। राजा महाराजा बन के आया, इंद्रियों के भोगों में लग गया, फिर जाके नरकों की आग में सड़ना पड़ा, तो मुक्ति तो नहीं मिली ना। तो मुक्ति कैसे मिलेगी? शब्द कर्म की रेख कटाए, शब्द शब्द से जाई मिलाए। वो ताकत शब्द में है, हमारे बस की बात नहीं है कि हम इस कर्म कांड से निकल सके। इंसान तो करता जाएगा, चाहे अच्छा है चाहे बुरा है, और वो चक्कर चलता जाएगा। अगर हमने इस 84 के जेल खाने से निकलना है, तो जब तक हम उस क्रिएटिव पावर, उस शब्द, उस नाम का सहारा नहीं लेंगे। ठीक है आपकी बात कि पुण्य दान ये सब चीज़ें करनी चाहिए, शुरुआत इन्हीं से होगी, तभी तो मन में निर्मलता आएगी कि हम भजन बंदगी भी कर सकें। मगर सिर्फ अच्छे कर्मों के साथ मुक्ति नहीं मिलेगी।
तो बैलेंस मतलब बना कर रखे दोनों चीज़ों का।
राधा स्वामी बाबा जी मैं यहाँ पे डोमेस्टिक हेल्पर हूँ और मेरे एम्प्लॉयर बहुत अच्छे हैं। एक्चुअली मेरी आंटी को डायमेंशिया की प्रॉब्लम है। उन्हें मैं कैसे बहुत अच्छे से रख सकूँ, मैं उनकी केयर टेक करूँ, मैं उनको अच्छे करना चाहती हूँ, वो सही हो जाए।
बेटा प्रेम से, प्यार से।
हाँ
आप देखो बेटा, हम नॉर्मली सोचते हैं कि सेवा किसी धर्म स्थान पे जाके कुछ करना वो सेवा है। सेवा का मतलब है जो काम हम निष्काम होके करते हैं।
ओके।
सो चाहे घर का काम काज हो, चाहे नौकरी हो, जो काम आप निष्काम होके करेंगी वो सेवा बन जाएगी। तो उस सेवा भावना के साथ, ठीक है ना, उनकी देखभाल करें, प्यार से उनसे आएं, क्योंकि जिनको डायमेंशिया है वो कभी भूल जाते हैं, बार बार चीज़ दोहराते जाएंगे। सो प्रेम और प्यार से आप उनकी सेवा करेंगी तो अपने आप अच्छा होगा उनके लिए।
ओके बाबा जी मेरे अंकल आंटी को ब्लेसिंग दें।
Babaji, when the masters are about their, I mean to say that they are above all these karmas. Of course, if we fall sick, we say, oh, you are suffering your karmas are coming on the way, or like that, we are suffering because of our karmas. But the masters, they are above all these things, then why do they suffer?
बेटा body means karma. Okay? Now, for most of us, any karma, it would affect us. And sometimes we lose our balance. But if they came with ideal circumstances, how would you relate to them? You say, you've got it all made. You don't know what we are going through. So the role of the master is to be amongst us, to be like us, and show us the way. An example is one who's like you. If he's got ideal circumstances, you'll never understand from him. You'll never learn from him. The difference is that our karma affects us. He doesn't get affected by the karma.
But then why does he suffer?
Because he comes as an example. If he had the ideal circumstances, would you be able to relate to that? You can only relate to that where somebody is going through life like you. If he's got ideal circumstances, you'll say, you've got it very good, you're sitting on top out there, you don't know what we are going through. So for us to understand, for us to be able to relate, he has to be like us. Otherwise, why do we need a master? Then the Lord is there. He has to come to our level. Only then can we relate to him.
Thank you, Babaji.